every quarter, January, February, March, 31 March, yes, clogged. On 4-5 April, take a break. Start studying your January to March. April, May, June, 30 June, 5 July, take a break. What has happened in the last 3 months? Don't just be continuing going. If targets needs to be revised because season has changed, so that you don't get drained. You appreciate that I'm now in winter. I've been selling freezes. Therefore, I don't expect my sales to be this high. So it will not give you mental issues because you are in full control of the business and you know what's happening. You see, so set targets every 3 months, sit down and examine your business. Sometimes letting go is not a failure. Sometimes it is stewardship at the end of the day. You know, every dollar, every hour, and every drop of energy trapped in a dead idea is the capital that's needed for the next idea.
Wow. They are not sunk cost.
Every hour, you know, because it's time, every drop of energy trapped in a dead idea, which you are just carrying on because of ego, you are wasting capital for the next idea or for the next better operations of that particular idea. So if I had stubbornly clinged to my first model,
we wouldn't be here.
Who wouldn't be here?
Hi, welcome to the Entrepreneur's Corner, and my name is Daniel Tadiwanashe Naraunda, also known as Dad Plus 263 Accountant, your local favorite banker. Now, today we are seated here discussing all things entrepreneurship, resilience, and making it in Zim. And I am getting help from none other than a woman who's been in business for over a decade, has built businesses, and has been doing quite well in her own right. Please help me to welcome Dr. Ethel to the show. Doc, welcome.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It's good to be back with you again.
Thank you so much. You know, it's always a pleasure learning from, people that are actually doing it. I'm so excited. The viewers are happy to have you.
I'm also excited, especially when you're sharing knowledge with fellow entrepreneurs, Especially us, we interact with a lot of entrepreneurs coming from different industries. This really helps because our desire is always on Entrepreneur's Corner is that we want our young entrepreneurs to build those businesses which are resilient and sustainable for the future.
True. Businesses that move from, what do you call them? Hustles to corporates.
Yes. I remember last time we were differentiating between a hustle and a proper business.
That's fine. So we are referring back to, we know MoneyMart is not your first, this was not your first attempt into microfinance. So I'm pretty much sure that there are people out there who are saying, we've tried to do ABC, things are not working out. What are the early signs, or what were the early signs that you identified in MoneyMart Finance that gave you an idea to say, you know what, this is it. Let me put my all in this time.
Yeah, Daniel, it's so true. MoneyMart Finance became what it is today because I had to leave that lesson personally.
Okay.
Of the failed one that we tried, and it was a dismal failure. And as we were discussing last time, I remember telling you that we took the lessons with us.
Definitely.
And we had to wake up and go again. But however, coming back to your question to say, the first attempt was different. Yes, because we just got into there, got excited, and thought everything was going to run smoothly as if businesses do there.
Everything is new to us. So I hear you.
Business don't do there. People make businesses.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But however, for me, I would say the first indicator that now started showing me that we are in the right trajectory, having MoneyMart Finance, was that the market itself was now pulling the product rather than us as a team pushing it.
Okay.
To the people. So what am I saying there? In earlier attempts, I was hustling in the truest sense of the word. It was a good hustle, and making mistakes, beating yourself. One day you wake up with so much profits, you think you have made it all. You spend to the every dollar. Imagine a war person who had studied finance, who was not financially literate.
Yeah.
That was me back then.
Yeah.
So studying accounting, you are a 263 accountant, but my guy, you might be that one. Who is not financially literate. So what I'm saying is, the market was now really pulling itself. And the moment I stopped pushing back then, everything would stop. Because you're the one who is pushing. The moment you stop pushing, everything stops. But when I started seeing that this is now becoming real business and, it's making sense. Even if I stopped pushing, I would have the market looking for me, now demanding for that product. They were pulling me to it that I could not have a reason anymore of not waking up. Because if you don't go there, the phone will not stop ringing. The market itself was now pulling. So the demand was already now in the market waiting for us. We had taught the market. I always say on this corner, entrepreneurs, they need to understand. Sometimes your clients are not even understanding the problems they are in. It takes you as an entrepreneur to really define, cut it through, to say, this is the problem. Why my clients are not meeting what they intend to meet at the end of the day. So this is what we had done. Now, after defining the problem for them and solving, introducing, pushing the services to the client, now it was them pulling the demand now. They could now see the gap. If MoneyMart does not come to us, then there's a gap, there's a stress level that we get into and we get stuck. So instead, they now come looking for us, meaning the market was now pulling us out. So when the market pulls, now you have a business. Now we are talking,
when they're saying, hey, on top of that business loan, we also need the school fees loan.
Exactly.
We also need
this. They are now demanding your services left, right, and center. Now I have a business and you are ready even to scale that business because the demand is there. And second, I would say, now that clients were coming back repeatedly, this is what business needs. You cannot provide a service or give a product which can be consumed only once and a client never to come back again. You stop to be in business unless your product or your service has to be given only once for the whole millions of the population. And everyone will not be able to survive without that service or product. One way or the other, they need to come and knock. So it means now you're waiting for new babies, new generations, So that kind of a business might not really be sustainable. But you want a business that you say, if I'm giving this client this service or this product, after a week, 2 weeks, depending on the cycle of your product or your service, the client needs to come back to you again. that particular customer, so that we have repeat business. So this is what we then discovered as MoneyMart Finance. When I started seeing now this is true business, I now had clients who just needed a once-off loan. They've got a container on the border. They want help with the duty payments. So that client, every time they'll import something in the country and they've got a container on the board, I knew they would come back to me. So I'll give them an exceptional service, painless service. It really goes smoothly for them. And we make sure the container is delivered to where it is delivered. We'll pay for everything legally and make sure their papers are clean. And they start paying back that loan slowly. So the next time they have another container, they might be selling this container for the next 3 months. I know in 3 months, this client is coming back again. So that repeat business, now I could see this business has become sustainable. And also they started referring each other. When a client brings you another client, I tell you,
business.
There's nothing like the cheapest way of acquiring clients, dear entrepreneurs, is referral business.
Word of mouth.
That word of mouth, getting to the next person. There's nothing that beats that. You don't spend any dollar. It is your client. We're spending time referring another client and they're coming along to you. So you don't have much expense. The expense that you only have is how do I retain that client and give an exceptional, service. And I could say the other indicator that I could see that the business is now thriving. It is that the business could now breathe without me.
Okay.
Now I had a team in place, the Daniels, the Weasel.
I hear you. You need to step away from the business and still continues to thrive.
The last time I actually gave my entrepreneurs a task to say, hear me, listeners, do this test in your business.
Okay.
Can your business survive for just 2 weeks without you? Take a sabbatical. No, don't try this at home if you are not yet there.
Yeah.
You know what? But for you to test the systems, there's always that examination period that you need to let the business get into, the way that you are being examined in the market. Examine your business as well. You might even start with 1 week. If your business demands you 24-hour service, 7, take 1 week off if you put systems and test, will the business still stand if I'm on sabbatical for 1 week? The next time you come back, something has gone wrong, you enhance your systems, blah, blah, you push it maybe for 6 months whilst you're there, then take another 2 weeks and see what could go wrong without me. When there's now something also wrong, enhance the systems again until you can take a 1 month leave, a sabbatical, and the business still running, you're still making money whilst you're still sleeping. Then it's no longer a hustle.
Okay.
It's a proper business. So this test could now tell me that MoneyMart is actually a very proper business. Okay. And maybe there are a lot, but let me just maybe round up this with saying also, the other indicator is the purpose that was deeper than the profit. Daniel, when I started hearing testimonies from the clients, when a client is testifying, God is there.
Just because of your
services. I was stuck A, B, C, D, but MoneyMart came through and did A, B, C, D. I felt I can't let this go.
It's a clear indication.
It's a clear indication. This cannot just be a hustle. There are millions who need to praise God because of the testimonies that they're getting through MoneyMart and see the ultimate to say, if it wasn't for God, that brought MoneyMart to me. You see, so I'm called a financial inclusion evangelist in the market. So I found my own purpose of how to evangelize and how to make people praise God. You will not find me on the pulpit.
Mm-hmm. You preach in your own right.
I preach in my own right so that people realize there's a God in heaven, because that unanswered prayer finally has been answered. I found a little capital, then to expand. Then look where I am. God is real. So that purpose in my life really cuts me so real. I knew it's no longer a hustle. It is what I've been created for. This is my purpose-driven life, because even myself, I go to bed praising God to say, did you hear that? I put a demand on, did you hear yourself being praised because of the service that was given, because of the purpose that you created for me? So you see such things. I would say as an entrepreneur, sometimes it's not only about profit. The purpose is the fuel. When the Zimbabwean economy, through its storms to me, currency issues, liquidity issues, policy shifts, profit alone would not have kept us standing. What kept us standing as a business is purpose. I could not let the testimonies just go away, just like that, after everything has been said and done. So I'm saying to the entrepreneur listening, Daniel, maybe you're on your second, third attempt, whatever it is. Do not be discouraged. Okay. Not at all. Watch for these signals. The market is pulling. Clients are now referring themselves. Systems are putting in place and they are forming. Discipline is being held in your company. It's purpose anchored. That purpose is being built. Your trajectory has even changed. And even the bank balance does not show it yet. If these signs are being shown, believe me, the bank balance will start responding to it.
Well, I don't know if you can get this information anyway. If you know for sure that you cannot, please do not forget to like, follow, subscribe. Make sure your algorithm brings you back here. Let's go for a break. We will be back shortly.
Akazimbere ndimukoma anodhara tiri muchipinge pazimzimu hardware app opposite N Richards. Ndakati kuudzewo nyaya yakanaka inobva kuMoneyMart. Kubva pawakapinda muchipinge muno takatanga kushanda nawo, zvinhu zvedu zvanga zviri down, zvanga zvisiri kufamba, tanga tisina mari yekuenda kunoodha didi. Tikataura neveMoneyMart vakakwanisa kutipa mari yakakwanisa kutipa yeloan. Tikakwanisa kuboosta business redu izvezvizi makudadisa. Zviri kuita, zviri kufamba zvakanaka. Tikafamba nawo. Vakazounza mukando, tikakwanisa kuita zvemukando, mama vakatopinda mumukando. Izvezvizi vakutopedza kuti vakaimba yawo nemukando iwowo. Saka ndokurudzira avo vese vari kuda kudai kuita mabusiness, vasina mari yakakwana yekutanga kuita business ravo, mhanyai kuMoneyMart muone rubatsiro.
MoneyMart Finance, creating wealth, changing lives through digital means.
Welcome back to the second part of this segment where we are discussing all things early signals. If you're in business, you've attempted once, you've attempted twice, and you're still wondering, you're still figuring out, is this a proper thing to do? So moving forward, there's a question that we got from one of you guys. Let me just read it aloud for you, Doc, so that you may be able to help us. So the question reads, there's a fine line between stubbornness and resilience in business. I've done all that I've done. I don't know when to stop and where to keep pushing. Now they're asking, how do you see if an idea is worth pursuing or you need to cut off things? And if so, maybe would you say it was poor timing or poor execution? How do you differentiate between a winning strategy and a losing one?
Yeah, poor timing or execution, flawed business. These questions are real, Daniel, very real. And I want to say, from what we just discussed even now, right, you could see I was talking about the first attempt that went under. But the first attempt really went under, and I bounced back in the very same business. And our fellow entrepreneurs are asking, how will I know even to change the business itself?
Sure.
Maybe that business does not cut it. Maybe I want to bring back a principle we once discussed here, where we talked about different seasons require different priorities. Yes. You know, that wisdom applies also in this very question. Some ideas are not dead. They're simply out of season, you know, and others are not out of season. They are dead. Dead.
Okay.
And telling the difference is everything as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Why am I saying this, Daniel? I want to give an example. I think I don't know if we once talked about it. You know, Econet was not the first to bring mobile money in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
It was actually Telecel. But mobile money came at a time where a SIM card, someone to buy a SIM card, they'll need to sell a whole cow for them to afford a SIM card. So imagine how many people would afford a SIM card. And was mobile money then going to be relevant to the masses with its transaction charges, which should really come to be very low, and is because it's a game of numbers and a game of masses, you see. So now when mobile money came in and became popular, now the season really demanded it. Everyone, even a university student, could afford to have a phone.
True.
You know,
True.
Our mothers in Goko were finding ways, because postcards were no longer really useful. You know, we used to have such envelopes with red lines where you would post cash through them, but they were no longer existent, you know. And so it meant that they needed a solution of sending money, especially amongst masses.
Okay.
Now everyone has got a phone. Everyone is on network. SIM card, you can lose one and tomorrow you can get another one for $1. So now mobile money made sense because the resources and the infrastructure was now there. So when we look at when it started, when very few elite people had phones, you know, but we were so young, we did not even know.
Yeah.
We were very young then. So it was not going to be a business for the masses, not at all. But now when everyone has it, meaning at that time, the idea was not a flopped idea, so as to say, you know, it was an idea that was brilliant, but it did not have enough infrastructure for its implementation. So we need to ask ourselves such questions as entrepreneurs. What is it really that we are missing in our ideas and in our businesses? What is it making, you know, not the idea to really pick it up? Where is the pain point? You know, you could have a brilliant solution. And I'm saying there are some ideas which are dead, right? You know, we can no longer bring, you know, yesteryear's ideas. You know, you want to start a business of, you know, delivering letters, physical letters. There's WhatsApp. We're still writing letters. So that idea can be dead. I'm just picking examples here. So I want our entrepreneurs to separate an idea from the execution.
Okay.
When something is failing, do not rush to ask, should I quit? Don't ask that question, should I quit? No, that's not the right question. First ask, is the concept flawed or did I run it badly? It's different with asking, should I quit? Okay. Because the moment you're asking, should I quit? Already 75% of your mindset is tired. It wants, it's defeated. But when you're still asking, Is the concept flawed? It means your mind is still open to go and learn how to do it better. Or did I run it badly? Is it me? Because maybe there's a competitor who is doing it well. So you're asking yourself, where am I missing it? What lessons can I take from the competitor so that I run it in a better way? You see? So these are two different diseases requiring different medicines.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
A flawed concept is a solving problem nobody has. You see? Or you're serving a market that cannot or will not pay. That's a flawed concept. You are bringing the Teslas in Embudzia Gokwe, where the road is so bad. And those, I believe, they are very low vehicles, and the roads are so. Who will pay for that? Are you getting it? The roads are so bad. I don't need, if I need anything, I need something which is, but you are bringing such a concept to such a market. And also, we are saying there's no amount of brilliant execution that can rescue that.
Okay.
Even if you bring hundreds of them, very cheap in such a road network.
With a huge budget of marketing.
With a huge budget of marketing, come on. It can't. So it's a sound concept with poor execution because you have not looked through around to say, will this concept work?
Okay.
You can't, And then, before you bury an idea, perform an honest autopsy on that idea.
Okay.
You might find the idea was healthy, but the operation itself killed it.
Okay.
You see, so I could give an example here to say you have a brilliant idea, right? It could be an idea in logistics, the in-drive that we are discovering right now, right? But your operations of taxis is the flawed one. You don't even have a tracker for the 3 vehicles that you're starting with. And one driver after the other, they're coming telling you stories and all. They're not even cashing in. It's the operation that is killing it. Find a way to make sure your operations really get to it.
Okay.
Going on that, I would also say, listen to the market, not your ego. Guys, entrepreneurs can be disarrayed just because of ego, Daniel. And the market is the most honest advisor you ever have.
Okay.
It speaks through behavior and not compliments. The market will not compliment you. Not at all if you're not doing it right.
Okay.
Don't follow your ego. This is not about, is it fanning my ego? Remember, it's business. We want sustainable business here. Business that can run from one generation to another. And you need to listen to the market. I think I always talk about this. Listen to the market. Listen to the market. People will tell you your idea is wonderful. At a braai, at a party, at a all-white party. Fancy. Wakapenga. But is the market ready to pay for that idea?
I hear you. Or you're just bruising your ego.
Or you're just bruising your ego at the end of the day. And you are losing money day in and day out because people are clapping hands for you for something that's not really bringing in the money at the end of the day. So those issues, it then comes also with the timing issues that we talked about. You really need to watch. And now, in the days that we are living, Daniel, you need to watch the trends. There are data points. You need data.
Definitely.
Collect as much data as you can. And what are we saying when we say collect data, Daniel? Right now, we are serving both female and male. When you're serving that client, take note, was this a female client who bought my product? And what were the comments? How many female? How many male? Is it aligning to female clients? Is it aligning to the male counterparts? Is it aligning to both sexes? Is it aligning? At which age group is my product aligning to? So, the moment you get to know those data points, so your product is speaking mostly to the age group of 21 to 30 years. Now, the way that you are going to market that product is different if it's speaking to the over 40s. To the age group of 21 to 30, guys, they watch the scripts. They want the comedians. So why don't you look for a comedian and start marketing your product through comedians, because they are always on TikTok.
That's their language.
That's their language. So that data point can tell you, have I failed marketing my product? But what is the data telling me? So sometimes you don't even need to think to quit. You see, you have just failed marketing. It's a more product that is aligning 21 to 30 years, but you are marketing on billboards where the ghetto youths are not even driving around the Samora Machel.
I hear you.
You see, so for me, I would say maybe an honest summary, Daniel, is that resilience is evidence-based persistence, at the end of the day.
Okay.
Stubbornness is ego-based persistence. Stubbornness is ego-based persistence.
Wow.
They look identical from the outside.
Okay.
The same long hours, same sacrifices, same refusal to quit. That's stubbornness. The difference is entirely in what is fueling them.
Okay.
One is fueled by genuine signals of life.
Okay.
You understand? And the other is being fueled by fear of admitting failure. You see, this is just now stubbornness. The ego is taking place. Fear of failing, what will people say? But it's good to take a step back and accept this concept I failed. How do I turn around and give a better concept? So the entrepreneur who can tell the difference will really survive long enough to find the idea that works, just as eventually, especially for me, I found what would then work for MoneyMart Finance. Remember last time I was telling you, we wanted to do the monthly repayment loan once a month end. For the SMEs who are cashing on a daily basis.
You're overburdening them with a huge amount
of money, more so month end, where they are paying rentals. Maybe they've got one employee, they've got payment plans with school fees of month end.
Restocking
month end. And you want your repayment, it doesn't work. Now I was taking a model of a bank, which is receiving someone's salary right there in their bank, and they can just do a stop order and take what belongs to them. I'm taking the same to an entrepreneur whose cash flows I cannot control and have access directly to. He's the one or she's the one who makes the decision to say, I'm now paying this, I'm now paying this. It can't work.
I hear you.
So I was going to be stubborn if I was going to continue in that model in such a market.
So it works for others.
It works.
Surely it can.
But for me, it was not quitting. It was taking a step back, re-looking into the business model, re-looking into the clientele that I'm targeting, and asking myself, does this operation work for such a market? And it was a no. And it was, Ethel, go back. Go do it right. I did it right.
Doc, you will.
Yeah, I am.
You will. You kanganisa everyone here. Let's go for a break, and we will be back. We'll be back. Let's just go grab some water. Please do not forget to share with your loved ones. Subscribe and put your comments. Whatever nugget that speaks loud to you in the comments. We want to hear that feedback. Let's talk soon.
Against the carpet, show your face and finish what you started. The record spins down the alley late night. Be my friend, be my friend. Surround me like a satellite.
Iyi secret here kuti magetsi ari kumitsa. Muri kuita sei mumabizimusi? Vana vechikoro uye kubika mudzimba. Vemabutcheries nyama haisikuora here? Isu veMosolako tine masolar systems anopedza matambudziko ese iwaya. Tine masolar systems anotangira pa 1 kVA kusvika pasaizi yamunoda, anosimudza kubva kumalights kusvika kuentertainment, mafridges pamwe chete nemaboreholes. Kana usina mari yakakwana, haisi nyaya. Tinoita inonzi pay as you go, kubhadhara mbichana mbichana uchitoshandisa system yako. Kuti ubatsirike, bata vesales team yedu. Desire pa 0787 831 578. Kana kubata Aubrey pa 0771 216 155. Amula pa 0779 234 125. KuMosolako tinoti renewable energy changing lives.
Welcome back to the corner where we discuss all things business in Zim. So before the break, we covered a lot of things which included the first indicators, resilience and all that. Now, many entrepreneurs suffer in silence when an idea is dying. They just think to themselves to say, you know what, I can push on. Now, Doc, please assist us. What are some of the personal boundaries that you had to put in place to say, this idea is no longer worth my mental health. This idea is no longer worth my time. I can do other productive things with this. So please walk us through this.
I think you've saved the deepest question at the last. But I think to cure, the cure is to set your boundaries in advance while you are still calm and objective, because an entrepreneur in crisis cannot make trusted decisions or what I can call rational decisions. Okay, so let me share with you mine, right? So before any venture or any initiative, Daniel, we once talked on this corner about making important decisions. I think it's a good episode for our entrepreneurs to go look for.
True.
You know, so decide the maximum, especially amount of money you are prepared to lose. Especially if you are an entrepreneur. Put your things on paper, write down. Put your projections. You don't even need to have gone to an accounting class, right? Just take a pen and a paper. You are selling those tomatoes. You went and ordered your tomatoes for $20, right? When you start putting them in those little portions, are you getting your $20 back? If yes, then what extra are you getting out of the $20? I get a $5 extra. Then that's only your profit. And the $20 is the capital. So you then start asking yourself, okay, so if I then put up to $100, how much should I then get in return without really affecting the capital? So when you start seeing that you are losing the capital, you need to be able to make a decision to say, I need to take a break and re-examine. I think I talked about it. Take a break and re-examine. So before you get into there, you are still rational. You still have everything with you, you know, because the moment you then get into crisis, you start borrowing John, paying Peter, and you are just firefighting. Your decisions will not be really concrete decisions. So you need to understand where I am now, I can't continue putting in more capital. I think this is now draining me more than anything. I need to take a break, re-look into it, and see where I'm really failing. Does this idea need a total abandonment from the statistics and from the data that I have for me to start a fresh new one? Or it needs a totally whole different modulars operant in it? And also, you need time-bound milestones.
Okay.
Every idea gets defined along the runway with checkpoints. Daniel, I run marathons. There are checkpoints. If you don't pass through those other little machines, you'll be disqualified. There's a checkpoint. For you to be said you've run the 42-kilometer full marathon race, they are not everywhere.
Okay.
It's not like you'll be running on the track, tracking you, but they are at certain points where they know if you marked and registered this point, surely you have done the 42 kilometers. The same is needed with business.
Okay.
You have your checkpoints. Okay. By month 3, I should have achieved this. Give yourself targets. By month 6, I need to have achieved this amount of target, this amount of revenue. Guys, you cannot run a business without targets. Let me tell you this. Or else you are just hitting the wind and you don't know where you are going. And you don't even understand when you are going to survive tomorrow. And that issue of not knowing your route and your track is the one that's giving you mental issues. You see, put in the milestones, put in the targets. If you don't achieve the month 6 target, it's already a red flag. Sit down. Why did I not achieve this? You keep yourself sane because you are still thinking normally as an entrepreneur. You see, so there's no business that doesn't need targets.
Okay.
Our principle is review your season every 3 months. That's a principle. A year has got how many months?
12.
So a quarter has got how many months?
3.
That's quarterly revision of business. Every 3 months, take time. Every quarter, January, February, March, 31 March has clocked. On 4-5 April, take a break. Start studying your January to March. April, May, June, 30 June, 5 July, take a break. What has happened in the last 3 months? Don't just be continuing going. If targets needs to be revised because season has changed, so that you don't get drained. You appreciate that I'm now in winter. I've been selling freezes. Therefore, I don't expect my sales to be this high. So it will not give you mental issues because you are in full control of the business and you know what's happening. You see, so set targets. Every 3 months, sit down and examine your business. You're not just throwing in the headwind because your well-being is also a metric. We are entrepreneurs, guys. We are the vision carriers. When you're dead, who is going to take on this vision? Tell me, dear entrepreneur. We don't want you dead.
We want you alive.
We want you alive because the vision was placed in you.
For a reason.
For a reason. So why are you killing yourself? Do the right thing, every time. You need the peace. You need to be able. Daniel, I say this with so much passion because I'm losing so many entrepreneurs because of lack of knowledge of some of these things.
True.
They don't know that I am about to get to a breaking point here because they've never examined how they've been moving and how they are going. They've not checked. So that thing, we don't want it to happen to our entrepreneurs. This is the reason why we are saying we need to be sitting down and discussing these issues, And there's something that I always say to entrepreneurs, associate with a circle of truth tellers. Daniel, you need people who tell you the truth.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, don't find the crowd that's just clapping hands for you now and again.
Do you want to go to peace? I hear you.
So the answer to suffering in silence is to refuse to be silent. You yourself.
Okay.
Entrepreneurs, look, you might think, if I go and ask and sit down with so and so, they'll steal my idea and
They'll judge me.
They'll tell me all sorts of things. Why did you start when you were not certain? Please don't be silent. This is where we get it wrong. Be the vocal one. When you need help, dear entrepreneurs, call for it. There's nothing so good about calling for help when you need it.
Sure.
Especially when you're in, you need the confidence not to be shy and to call for help. Guys, all these big people that we have seen, one way or the other, there was someone who gave them the assistance when they needed it the most. Guys, it's not time to shy away. When you are in fire, talk about it. And you never know. The moment you open up with that challenge, the person who is sitting next to you might be the one with the solution.
Okay.
An entrepreneur doesn't keep quiet. And at the same time, they don't avoid people who tell them the candid truth.
Okay.
You start saying, but this one will always tell. Go back to that person. In as much as you think they are jealous, take time to listen to them. There's an element of truth that they're telling you. They're telling you, Pana, wakatotanga nekudriver, but as not do that business. Kudarika isusu business. That's just the truth. In as much as they seem to be offending you, there's an element of truth.
Sure.
Take what is relevant and build on it.
You need truth tellers.
You need truth tellers, So those things, Daniel, I think they can really safeguard our entrepreneurs, so that they survive the next day. They are able, at the end of the day, is to be in control. Do you know, even if something gets to stress you, but the fact that you are the one in control at that particular time, it will not take you
long.
It will not take you to the deep ends of life.
Okay.
It will not, because you are in control. And you are the one who can make a decision to say, no, this has to stop today. So what I would say is that to entrepreneurs today, those who follow us, and also please share with others. I would say you are quietly carrying that dying idea with you. Hear me. Sometimes letting go is not a failure. Sometimes it is stewardship at the end of the day. Every dollar, every hour, and every drop of energy trapped in a dead idea is the capital that's needed for the next idea.
Wow. They are not sunk cost.
Every hour, because it's time. Every drop of energy trapped in a dead idea, which you are just carrying on because of ego. You are wasting capital for the next idea or for the next better operations of that particular idea. So if I had stubbornly clinged to my first model,
we wouldn't be here.
But that's taking a step back and making sure I realign with what the market is asking for and placing my ego away, going by foot, one client after the other, not itching for that econ office because most people from my degree class are in econ offices. I had to let go of that ego. But look where we are today.
Yeah, so many econs. No, that's fine. We thank you so much, Doc, for taking us through this series where we were talking about mental health, dying businesses, those that need to be cared for and whatnot. I think this has been, you guys agree with me, this has been an amazing, amazing session. Any parting words?
So my parting words is that, dear entrepreneurs, set your limits in advance, as we have said.
Okay.
And remember your seasons honestly.
Okay.
You need to be honest about the seasons of your business. And if you can do anything about those seasons that are a bit low, re-strategize to see how you can do it. Measure what is true and not what is flattering. Don't go by the flatter. These days we are on social media. The lives that we are living on social media are different from our physical lives that we are having. So the moment those social media followers then see you in real life, you then drop dead because now they are seeing reality and they go back on social media and start commenting. Apana zviripo paya. So live an honest life, don't have double standards. Protect your peace. Make sure you surround yourself with truth tellers, as we have said. And keep your identity bigger than any single idea. You still need to be an Ethel at the end of the day. Whether MoneyMart is still there or not there, an Ethel needs to be alive because she carries a vision. So as you, dear entrepreneur, you know what? That is how you survive the death of an idea and live even to build a bigger one. Because once a vision carrier, it's in you. It's in you. You can do it. And you can continue doing it again and again. So these are my parting shots to our dear entrepreneurs to say, guys, the most important thing, we need you alive. Because if we just then take another person to realign the vision that you carry, Zimbabwe can be out and about.
True.
So that's what we need. Don't let the stress take you under. We don't want you 6 down feet because you carry our idea. That's going to make us better entrepreneurs, especially for us, the young.
Wow, very well said. Thank you so much, Dr. Ethel. Thank you so much, our viewers, and thank you so much to MoneyMart Finance for bringing us this corner. Until next time, please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment whatever jammed out of this conversation straight to your mind. Have a good one for now.